Alright, so Season 1 for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has been out for, what, a couple weeks now? And with that, we've had Tier 1, which is supposed to be basically hardcore, but a lot of people have noted that this is not hardcore. And I want to talk about that in this video because, you know what? A lot of people that have said it's not hardcore, you're right, it's not hardcore. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not hardcore, and it really needs to be talked about because this is honestly, I think, a serious problem. The fact that we've waited, we didn't have it at launch, we waited. A lot of us who, normally love to play hardcore, and it feels off on so many fronts. There's things that are missing from this mode, and there are things that just don't feel right in their own regard. So if you don't know, obviously hardcore is supposed to be more of a basic mode, right? You have more of a limited HUD, but not a no HUD entirely either, right? Like typically in hardcore, you have medals that will pop up on screen. You'll show your XP. It'll show, at least, when you kill someone, there's certain things that still pop up, for the most part. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure if I remember right, even when you get a kill streak, it would at least, that would show up on the HUD. It wouldn't show there normally, like it wouldn't be faded or anything like that, like it would in core. But when you'd actually earn a kill streak, you'd see what kill streak you have. But now it just shows like little white dots, which, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to do it in that way. I get what they're trying to do, but to me, it doesn't make any sense to do it that way. And there's a lot of things that don't make sense about this because, again, there's a lot that's missing. The kill feed is another thing. So again, there's a bunch of stuff I want to jump into. But first, if you guys are new around here and you enjoy the content, be sure to stick around for more. We do variety gaming content. I've been doing a lot of Call of Duty content lately, but we're not a COD exclusive channel. Like I said, I'm a variety content creator, but I've grew up on COD. So, whenever there's great games to cover, I'm going to continue covering them as long as, they're worth covering and you guys enjoy the content. So, and as long as I still enjoy playing them, which right now I'm still hanging in there with COD, but let me know how you guys are feeling about it with Season 1. All right, so getting into the hardcore thing, again, it's not called hardcore, right? A lot of people, I had to make a video explaining where to find hardcore because it's not even called hardcore, and it's so confusing that a lot of people just had no idea what it was or where it was, because again, it's called Tier 1, and I don't know why. I said from the start, I don't know why they renamed it, and now I understand a little bit why they renamed it, because it's not really hardcore. And the thing that's really weird though is when everybody was complaining, like saying, hey, where's hardcore? Where's the hardcore mode? They didn't really directly, Infinity Ward and the devs and Activision, they didn't really directly reply to that, but they did kind of indirectly say, with Season 1, we're gonna have the Tier 1 playlist, and they kind of went to go explain the Tier 1 playlist, and it sounded like hardcore for the most part. But then it came out, and we got hands-on, and we seen that, lo and behold, it's not really hardcore, man. It's just like, and again, this is probably why we got the kind of whole different, name change, if you will, right? So basically what it says, what the description would say, if you go into like Tier 1 of any of the game modes, you hover over them. Like for example, if I was to go over like Team Deathmatch, it'll say the same thing for each one, but it'll explain the rules, a little bit differently for each game mode. But for TDM, it'll say it has a limited HUD, low health, slow health regeneration, and friendly fire enabled. That sounds at its like on paper, it sounds like hardcore. But then you get into there, and there's so many things wrong. Like I said, first things first, nothing pops up on screen. So for example, I was trying to do a camo challenge, right? I was trying to get gold unlocked for one of my guns, and I needed a bunch of point blank to unlock the gold challenges, if you will. And so I went into hardcore because I thought it'd be easier to get it. So I'm going through the game, and I checked how many kills I needed, how many point blanks I needed before going to the game, and I'm like, okay. And then I counted what I thought would have been at least that many point blanks. But the problem is there's no medals that pop up on screen, so I literally have no idea when I'm actually pulling off a point blank. I think I know, but because like obviously I know what a point blank is, but I don't know for sure. And that uncertainty drove me nuts, not knowing. So I'm sitting here, no medals pop up on screen, and so I'm like, I don't know how many point blanks I got. So I count what I think was the amount I needed, and I'm at some point I got more than that, and I'm like, okay, listen. At this point, I definitely got the challenge done. I definitely got all my point blank kills done. There's no way I don't. And so lo and behold, I exit the game. At the end of the game, the match ended. I went to go check my camos, and I sure enough, it finished my point blank kills, but I had no idea when, because the two things that didn't pop up on screen were the medals to show me that I was actually getting point blanks, and the second was that the challenge icon didn't show up, and it makes no sense not to have that in this mode. It's been in every hardcore mode in the past. I get this is called tier 1, not hardcore technically, but it's been in every single mode, any kind of hardcore mode, and this is basically their version of hardcore. So I don't think there's any excuse not to have that, and I see people everywhere complaining about these things as well, because it makes no sense. Now the next thing is the kill feed. I mean, if I die, I have no idea. I have literally no idea who killed me. I get it. There's no kill cam in hardcore. I don't care about that. I don't need a kill cam. I want a kill feed at the bottom left corner. I want to see, if I sometimes you can't even tell who's a teammate. It's not the same, like I said, in past hardcore. I mean, go like a Black Ops Cold War hardcore, for example, or any other game. I'm just using that as a random example because that was probably the last time I went super heavy in COD because I didn't like Vanguard. But anyways, that's a different topic. The point being, look at any hardcore mode, and just having that kill feed helps, right? Because sometimes I'll shoot someone and I don't even actually know if it was a teammate, because I didn't have much of an indicator to know if it was a teammate, because there's visual glitches and all this, all these issues as well. And because there's no kill feed, sometimes I literally don't know if I got a normal kill or if I killed a teammate. For the most part, you can usually tell who's a teammate and who's not, for the most part. But sometimes, again, visual bugs, you just don't know. And not having a kill feed is just problematic. I mean, it just drives you nuts, because you're constantly questioning every single thing that you do. Did I get this medal? Did I get this challenge done? Did I kill a teammate? Did I kill a real person? Did I get a double kill? Did I get a triple kill? What's the name of the player who killed me? I mean, those are things that we've always had in hardcore modes, and I don't understand why they're not in here. And then there's the fact that for some reason, now you guys can tell me if you feel this way or not, okay? Because this one could be a little bit more subjective. I feel like the damage and just the hit registration feels very, very off and wonky. It doesn't feel right. It feels like, I don't know, man. It feels like there's something just off. I don't know how to explain it and to put it into words, but when you're shooting at people, there's like the hit registration does not feel like it typically would in a hardcore game mode. It feels wonky and it feels off. It feels like, again, it's just not registering correctly, and I don't understand what it is. I've tried various weapons. It's not the weapon, it's the game mode. I don't know what they did to it. And again, I really want to hear from you guys in the comments to know if it's just me. Am I crazy? Is it in my head? Or do you guys think the same thing? Because I don't know, there's something about it. But that is also problematic. And when you put it all together, it's just not hardcore. It's not what people wanted. And honestly, I don't know. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but it almost feels like it was rushed out in a very lazy way. It feels like, I mean, when you put it all together, it wasn't there at launch. Clearly it wasn't ready for launch. And they just kind of, they need to kind of struggle to whip it together for season 1, and then it finally drops in season 1, and it just there's so many problems with this mode. It doesn't, here's the thing, to me it doesn't feel like they were trying to do something different with hardcore. That could be the case, but I'm just saying what it feels like. What it feels like is like they didn't have hardcore ready. They whipped something together kind of, in a rushed way, in a lazy way, and they kind of threw it out there, and they're like, all right, here's your hardcore, and that's it. And it's just like, it's just not a fun experience. I don't even want to play this mode the way I used to always love to play hardcore. I used to play tons and tons of hardcore for camos and all that. I'm not even motivated to play this game mode because I think it's just so tedious and so bad. It doesn't feel right. Everything about it feels wrong and annoying and irritating and tedious, and I just don't like it. But anyways, that's my rant for the day. I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Do you feel the same? Do you feel different? Because I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it's all in my head. But I don't think this is hardcore. It doesn't feel right. Like I said, there's objective things in there, like there's no medals, no camo showing up, no kill feed. Those are all things that are just universal. The subjective part is more like the hit registration and just just how the shooting and killing feels in this mode. But I don't know, let me know your thoughts, and I'd love to hear from you guys, and hopefully they can fix this and make it what it should be, because man, this is rough. They've had a very rough launch, and it's really hard to see that, man, because like I keep saying, this game has so much potential. potential, but man, it's hard, man. It's just rough. So anyways, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys very soon. Another one. Stay safe, stay well, and until then, game on. See you guys later.